From Sylvester Stallone brawling with him at the Golden Globes to Donald Trump saying that the actor is dead to him, these are some celebrities who hate Arnold Schwarzenegger. Starting off with the Sylvester Stallone saga. Rambo first met the Terminator at the 1977 Golden Globes, and true to their characters, it was war at first sight. Keep in mind, it was a big night for Sylvester, who'd just come out with Rocky expecting it to sweep all the awards. But little did he know, he was sitting right next to Arnold, who'd turn his dream night into a nightmare instead. Turns out, Rocky missed out on many awards. Arnold didn't help at all, and added more fuel to the fire by gloating in Sylvester's face. But Sly waited because he knew he'd get his sweet revenge. And as soon as Rocky won Best Picture, Stallone flipped a flower bowl on Arnold's head. Since then, the two can't stand each other, whether they're tearing into the other on the press or throwing shade left and right. Their beef is so bad, Arnold publicly mocked Sly for using body doubles and even baited him into shooting a terrible movie. Oh, and if you're wondering, it's called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and there's a reason you've never heard of it. But Sly, being Sly, took it a step further and married Arnold's ex-fling, Bridget Nielsen. And it wasn't always just regular feuding, because things got pretty dangerous in 1988 when a paper published an article about Arnold's family, which included some jaw-dropping accusations. The paper dug into the actor's family history, and long story short, they called him a fascist. The source? Sylvester himself. And just like that, the two kept swimming in circles for years. The beef only stopped when their box office rivalry did. But this isn't Arnold's only famous feud. Remember Sharon Stone? The two first met on the set of Total Recall in 1990, where the actress worked closely with Arnie, but their interactions weren't always friendly. In an interview for Playboy, Sharon recalled being unimpressed with him getting VIP treatment after she was told by a crew member that Terminator was not a fan of hers. The information came as a shock at first, but after sitting on it for a while, Sharon decided to clap back. She asked the crew if they even cared about what she thought, because from the looks of it, Arnold's opinions seemed to matter more on set, even though they both were big stars. Arnie might have been high off the success of Predator and Terminator, but Sharon was also a household name, though she definitely wasn't being treated like one. The actress let her co-star know what she thought, telling him that since they were on a set, she didn't care if he didn't like her because she was there to work, not to play nice. And turns out Sharon was pissed big time, because words just weren't enough to get back at the actor. So, naturally, she did the next best thing and went all out in their fight scenes, leaving Arnold black and blue that day on set. Sharon might have taken her revenge, but the problem didn't stop there, because more celebs have complained about Arnold's privilege, like George Clooney. You might have heard that money's the root of all evil, and that's especially the case in Hollywood, where some celebs rake in millions for the smallest roles, with others busting their backs just to stay broke. Turns out, that's exactly what happened between George and Arnie, who worked together for the 1997 Batman and Robin. Despite making almost twice its budget at the box office, the film was still a flop, and George, who was Batman himself, was the first to be dragged. As if that wasn't enough, there was also his relationship with Arnold, which took an unpleasant turn when he found out about their insane pay gap. Speaking to the Hollywood Reporters Awards Chatter podcast, Clooney revealed that the Terminator was getting paid a whopping $25 million for his role as Mr. Freeze, Batman's main antagonist, while the Bat himself only got $3 million, despite being the lead. That's almost 8 times more than George's paycheck. Now, it might have made sense if Arnold had a bigger part, but he only had a 12-hour daily contract and spent half of it getting his makeup done. Compare that to Clooney, who was huffing and puffing in his suit all day. Now that it's over, though both actors are more than happy to forget about the movie, the bad blood remains, in the form of money talks and fan wars. And speaking of bad blood, another actor who isn't forgiving Arnold anytime soon is Harry Potter star Miriam Margolyes, who's even called him a pig. The veteran movie and TV star revealed a bizarre story about the Terminator in 2022, and heads up, this one might disgust you. On News.com's podcast, I've Got News for You, the actress was asked about her worst co-star, to which she immediately answered Arnold. The two first worked together on the 1999 biblical horror flick End of Days, where according to Miriam, Arnold was less than friendly to his co-star and had a serious problem when it came to women on set, being too touchy-feely with some of them. But hang on, because that's not even the climax of Miriam's story. In the movie, the actress was supposed to be killed off by Arnold's character, for which the film had her lie down in a fixed position, which is when Arnold decided to push his luck and punished her outside the script by farting right on her face. That's right, in the middle of the scene, which, besides being disgusting, is straight up disrespectful. Mind you, Miriam is older than Arnie and one of the most respected actors in the business, so I swear I have no idea what made him think this was acceptable. And it's not just me saying this, the actress did too, mentioning that she was floored at Arnold's behavior and hasn't forgiven him since. But that's not the end of the line, because Arnold's got a reputation for offending all kinds of people, like Russian powerlifter Mariana Nemova. Unlike most celebrities, Arnold is a special guy, because ever since he became governor, he's made enemies not just with actors, but activists too. If you don't know, after the 2022 conflict between Russia and Ukraine, Arnold posted a YouTube video for the Russian public. And if you haven't seen it, it has him urging Russian citizens to fight misinformation about Ukraine, which according to him was a government hoax. He even addressed Putin, calling him out for his illegal war. Now, this was a huge deal for two reasons. First off, you don't see actors beefing with Putin every day, and second, it opened the stage for massive criticism of Arnold, including from Mariana. The weightlifter quickly posted a response on YouTube where she bashed Arnold for his family's controversial history and called him a hypocrite. For context, Arnold and Mariana have met each other many times, like in 2015, when she received a personal hug from him after lifting 330 pounds. At the same event, the Russian gave Arnold some letters about the alleged mistreatment of Ukrainian citizens, asking him to take action. Arnold promised that he would, but fast forward to the YouTube video, and Mariana mentioned that he never kept his promise, warning him to keep his nose out of things he didn't understand. Tough stuff, but like I said, Arnold used to be a governor, so he's triggering both celebs and political people. But here's a fun fact. His biggest beef with a politician is actually for acting reasons. That's right, I'm talking about his famous feud with Donald Trump. Since 1999, the Terminator's been locked in a rumble with Donald Trump, all because of the president's reality TV show, The Apprentice. As the story goes, after finishing his second term as governor, Arnold replaced Trump as the host. And if you ask me, Arnie was doing Donald a huge favor. But as we all know, Trump needs feuds like a fish needs water, which is why he constantly put Arnold's performance on blast, blaming him for the show's low ratings, leading Arnold to quit in 2017. But that didn't stop Trump, who kept on taunting the governor, even at the National Prayer Breakfast. Arnold held his silence for a long time, but eventually had enough, clapping back by saying he hoped Trump would work for the American people, like he did for his ratings. Ouch! Since then, their feud has escalated outside reality TV and into the world of politics instead. The actor, who's a Republican too, refused to endorse Trump and has constantly criticized his government, especially for its anti-environmental agenda. Speaking to Men's Health, Arnold shared that he and Trump used to be buddies, going to wrestling matches together. The businessman would even ask him about his roles, downright fascinated by the theatrics of Hollywood. But that's not the case anymore, as the two are now farther than ever. In 2019, Trump even said that Arnold was dead to him. So safe to say, this is a friendship that's never coming back. And so, from Donald Trump saying that the actor is dead to him, to Sylvester Stallone brawling with him at the Golden Globes, these were some celebrities who hate Arnold Schwarzenegger.